Waits for the snap. Here it is. He's going to drop back and hand the ball off on the delay, and it's going to be the running back's going to bounce around the right side, taking it down the sideline before he's brought out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 16-yard line, and that was Marty Allison on the run.
Yeah, and Allison was completely bottled up there in the middle. That was a design play to go right up the middle. He did a nice job of bouncing out the outside, got the edge, and then turned it upfield and turned on the speed and picked up almost 16 yards there. So nice job by him. And 11:15 to go. Clock stopped here.
So Ware's going to be in the gun. He's got 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. And he's going to hand the ball off to Allison, who's going to take it towards the right tackle and off the tackle, but he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. So gain of 1 there. It's going to be third down. I'm sorry, second down.
Second and 9.
Second and 9.
Ball will be placed right there at the 15-yard line. We're up here a little bit higher tonight, so we apologize. But great seat in the house.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful view. It's just so Ware's in the gun again, as he has the entire night. This is a team that does not go under center ever, unless it's in the victory formation, which we did see. That was last week against Porter. And that will be a fake handoff to Allison. Then it's going to be tossed over to Harvey, who's going to make the catch at the 7-yard line and walk right into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And that is exactly what they needed to do on this drive.
Yes, it was. Nice job by him right there, being patient, waiting on his blocker. And then he broke 1 tackle, which he had to break, and then went to the end zone. So great play calling right there. And that puts 15 on the board, down by 16, and they'll go ahead and kick the extra point here, which makes sense at this point in time. Pending the extra point, it's Panthers on top 31-15 with 10:25 to go in this ball game.
So here comes the kick, or the extra point for Martinez. It is up, and it will go through the uprights. Yes, it is good, and that will make the score 31-16. Panthers over the Eagles, 10:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to TexanLive.com. We'll be right back.
And that touchdown, like every touchdown, brought to you by Ace Hardware. You know, Rick and Dorothy, we'll stay right here.
Okay.
These are 2 people that we really, really appreciate. And no more than I say that, they are going to go to commercial, so we'll go to break too.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Back here live from Texan Drive Stadium, the New Caney Eagles drive the ball down the field and get 6 off of the Ware to David Harvey touchdown. That's his second one of the evening. He has been their offensive power. When they go to him and he can connect and get open in the field, he can usually make some magic happen, and that's exactly what he did. And now the King Panthers are going to have a chance to respond, but that New Caney defense really has to stiffen up here in the fourth quarter if they want a chance at winning this game. As I stated earlier tonight, New Caney has not beaten King since 2006. And that's going to be a short kick, and it's going to be recovered by New Caney on the 44-yard line. It was an onside kick that they just kicked it straight in the air, and it was recovered. Very good move there strategically for Coach Pennington. And now New Caney has another drive here in the fourth quarter. And they're keeping that King offense off the field.
Wow. What a big play that was right there.
I saw the ball go up in the air, and I'm like, that's a short kick. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. They're all, like, the entire kickoff team for New Caney was right underneath it and fielded, and King didn't even see it coming. They were all running backward.
They were waiting for a pooch kick. Unfortunately, he wasn't waiting for a pooch kick that short. So, just like that, now we're literally 2 possessions away from having a tie ball game.
If they can score here, it will make the game very interesting here in the fourth quarter. 10:21 to go. Ware drops back to pass, tossing a quick screen over to his wide receiver, David Harvey, on the far side, who makes the catch, but he's brought down after a gain of 2 yards. So it's going to be second down and 8 for the Eagles. ball is going to be placed on the 43-yard line. And they're going to go with trips on the near side, 5 wide receiver set, and Ware's going to stand by himself in the backfield here. You've got to account for where Harvey is on the field. He is the lone wide receiver on the far side. He's got Allison to his left, and he will he'll hand off to Allison, who will run up the right side towards the middle of the field and get brought down on the 40-yard line right on that X. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5. So good run there by Allison.
Shepherd up 24-19 over Huffman.
Clock at 9:12 to go here in the 4th quarter. 22 seconds on the play clock. Same formation as last time. Harvey is lined up on the far side, right on the 40, on the numbers. Ware standing in the gun, tosses, and it's almost picked off as it sails over the defensive back's hands and into the hands of Devin Holmes, who makes the catch and is brought down for a 1st down at the 39-yard line. So that one could have been very dangerous as the defensive back for King was able to almost jump the route.
Looking around, Crosby, number 2 ranked. And actually, they're the number 1 ranked team now, up 27-10 over Humble. Katy taking care of business, 52-0 over Maid Creek.
That Katy team.
Unbelievable. We watched them last week. Cy Ranch up 27-7 over Langham Creek as they go to the 4th quarter.
So Timmy Ware stands waiting for the snap. Here it comes. And it's going to be handed off to Allison, who's got a little bit of room to run, and he makes a couple of cuts, and he gains 5 yards down to the 30-yard line before he's brought down.
Nice job by him right there, being patient, waiting on his blockers there. Wasn't much there, but still managed to pick up 5 yards, or we'll call it 4.5. So bring up, let's call it 2nd down and 6 here. Here goes with that wild package where they got quads to the left. Ware's in the backfield by himself. Got man press out here on the outside, so you got man covered. So let's see what they do right here.
So here comes the snap. Ware dropping back, rolling to the left. Now he's going to keep the ball himself as he will almost gain the 1st down before he's brought down. It looks like it's going to be real close as they're going to be about a yard shy. Ball's going to be marked at the 26-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 1. Same formation. Harvey out to the left by himself. Here comes the snap. He's going to be the same play off to the right, and he's going to get the 1st down before he's brought down at the 21. They're going to mark him. 1st down and 10 now for the Eagles. Now they're starting to threaten. 7:19 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Well, I know one thing. When we came into this game, we talked about his arm, but we've seen Ware get up a couple times slow. But, man, he scared the ball a bunch tonight with his feet. So, nice job by Justin with him and picking up some positive yardage. And, like I said, they're 1 possession away from this being a 1-possession game.
Ware has shown the ability to run, and Coach Pennington has been going back to that time and again as he will take the snap. And now it's going to be a play action, and it's tossed over to the right side, but incomplete pass as he was targeting Andrew Segovia.
Number 28 there, Francis, with a great defensive play of breaking that up because he actually had a step on the inside, but Francis caught up and knocked that ball loose. So bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ball going to be placed down. We'll call it the 22-yard line here.
So 2nd and 10. The target was actually David Harvey. He's on the near side, 3 wide receivers out to the far side. He will keep the ball after faking the handoff, but he'll get brought down in the backfield as there was nowhere to run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 12 on the 30-yard line.
You know, it's kind of different being stuck between 2 coaches. You're hearing both sides. So kind of fun where they got us setting tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Really enjoy this.
It's an exciting atmosphere up here in the booth.
Absolutely it is.
So 3rd down, 12, ball on the 25-yard line. 6:11 to go, clock continuing to run. Ware takes a snap, drops back, looking left. He's got some time now. He's going to step up into the pocket. He's got his man over the middle, and it's off the receiver's hands and into the hands of the defensive back who drops the ball, almost picked off. That was almost a a tip-in type of play towards the defensive back.
Yeah, that's the one thing in the middle you don't want to see as a quarterback or as a coach. You don't want to see that ball bouncing around because more times than not it's picked off. And Ware had a man right there. Just was a little high with the throw, had some pressure in his face, so he couldn't step through his throw there. But here we go, 4th down, and we'll call it 12. So kind of a do-die situation with 5:58 to go in the ball game.
So Ware's going to drop back
Here
to pass.
comes the
He's under
blitz.
immediate pressure. He's almost wrapped up immediately. Takes off running, and he's brought down right near the original line of scrimmage, which was the 22-yard line. That's going to be a turnover on downs, and Ware is slow to get up. But he's okay. It looks like he's all right.
Well, folks, I'm Bert Brocker, owner of TexanLive.com, and I'm going to get out of here tonight. We got to get ready for our Fox Sports Southwest Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by TexanDrive.com. It's 11 to midnight. It's 14 weeks of highlights. We have Howard Chin, Teddy Johnson, Courtney Rowland, Courtney Madden, and we'll be bringing you games, highlights, stats, player of the week, team of the week, game of the week. Just a lot of different things going on around the greater city of Houston, and really looking forward to that. And I'll kick it to you, JW. Have a great evening, brother.
Thank you, Bert. You have a great one as well. So Jonathan Brantley going to be standing in the gun. It is C.E. King Panthers 31, the Eagles of New Caney 16. 5:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Brantley drops back to pass. He steps up, and now he's got some room to run, but he tosses it towards his wide receiver over the middle of the field. And that was going to be Ben Quintero, but it's incomplete, and it will be 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers, who are leading by 2 possessions. You're going to expect them to start wanting to run the clock out to get out of here with a victory. Panthers are 4-1 all time against New Caney. Here comes the snap, and it's going to be a keeper. He's going to take off up the middle. He's got a lot of room to run. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 50, 40, 30, 15, 10, 5, and Jonathan Brantley takes it to the house. A 78-yard touchdown run, and that's going to most likely put it out of reach for the New Caney Eagles. Brantley had a lot of room there. The entire secondary was manned up over their wide receivers, and there was not much over the middle. And once he broke through the line, it was see you later as he took it to the house. Very impressive run for Jonathan Brantley. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And here comes the kick. It's up and through the uprights. That is going to make the score. 38-16 here in New Caney with only 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. And that touchdown is brought to you by Allstoff's Ace Hardware. We are Ace Hardware and so much more. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
$38-16 the score here in the 4th quarter. C.E. King has really broken it open as Jonathan Brantley just took a 78-yard quarterback sneak to the house and really put the Eagles of New Caney on notice here that this one might be just about over. So it will be Samuel Williams getting set to kick off. He's had every single one of his kicks, save one, has been a touchback tonight. Here comes the next one. Low and hot, and it will go into the end zone. Another touchback here. So New Caney will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Timmy Ware has thrown 2 interceptions tonight, struggled. But this is nothing that you can really take if you're New Caney and say, this was the 3 wins were not flukes. They scored a lot of points. And it's just a matter of King coming in here, ready to play a game, had a really great game plan. New Caney's game plan also looked pretty solid, but they've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. So we'll see what happens here. Ware from the gun. He's got 5 wide receivers out there, 3 on the far, 2 on the near. He drops back to pass, looking right. He's got his man Devin Holmes as that ball careens off the turf and into his hands, so that's incomplete. Devin Holmes was the wide receiver earlier on 4th down or 3rd down over the middle that almost bobbled the ball right into the hands of a defensive back. He's had a pretty good night so far, though. He's made some great catches. So here we go. 5:23 to go in the game. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. And he will fake the give to Allison, and he'll toss the ball over to the right side to his wide receiver. He breaks a couple of tackles. He takes off 40, 45, right down to the 50-yard line before he's tackled on the near side. And that was Andrew Segovia on the catch and run. So 1st down Eagles. Ball on the 50-yard line, near hash. Under 5 minutes to play. He'll hand the ball off to Allison, who will break through the hole there and make a couple of really great moves down to the 36-yard line. So New Caney really tonight has had a pretty good offensive game. They just have not many points to show for it. They've been doing really well in the middle of the field, but once they get into this area, that ball will be handed off to Allison, but they're going to blow it dead. But once they get into this area of the field, they have struggled, and that's going to be a timeout, and that's the first timeout of the game. So with that timeout, this timeout is brought to you by Tin Roof Barbecue. Visit tinroofbarbecueandsteaks.com. That's tinroofbbqandsteaks.com. Or call 281-852-5577 for more information about authentic barbecue from Tin Roof. We'll be right back while we take a break during this timeout. You're listening to TexanLive.com. Back here live from Texan Drive Stadium. 4:40 to go in the game. Panthers with a 38-16 lead over the New Caney Eagles. Timmy Ware standing in the pistol. Here comes the snap. He's dropping back. He's going to hand the ball off to Allison, who's going to take it up the right side. He breaks a couple of tackles. Now he's down to the 30, 25, 20, and he's forced out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That's going to be a first down for New Caney. 4:31 on the clock. In the pistol again. Here he comes. He's going to hand the ball off to Allison again around that right side, but Allison's going to be wrapped up and tackled by number 9, Jalen Merritt, the junior outside linebacker. And that's going to be a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 now for the Eagles. Dayton has defeated Barbers Hill 48-20. That one just now coming down the wire. From the gun, standing alone in the backfield, he tosses over to Holmes, who will make the catch, makes a couple of really great moves and gets it down to the 10-yard line before he is brought down to the 8. And now it's going to be first down and goal for the Eagles. Clock continuing to run. 3:38 to go. Well, they're stopped right now as they're resetting the markers. Now it's rolling again. 3:34 on the clock now. New Caney needing 3 scores. Ware will drop back. He takes the ball around the left side, and now he's going to run. And he gets down to the 4-yard line before he's brought down. Ware limping a little bit, as he has had a lot more going for him on the ground tonight than he has through the air. And he's a little banged up. He's got 5 wide receivers out there now, and he's taking it around the right side before he's getting hit again. And that's a gain of another 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. 2 minutes, 51 seconds on the clock. So 3rd and goal for the New Caney Eagles. They are in a in the I formation, and that one's going to be handed off up the middle. Not a touchdown, though, as they're banged up right there at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a timeout called. And this timeout is brought to you by Tin Roof Barbecue as well. Visit tinroofbbqandsteaks.com or call 281-852-5577 for more information about authentic barbecue from Tin Roof. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
Back here live from Texan Drive Stadium, 2:19 to go. 4th and goal for the Eagles. Here they come. They're going to be in a power I formation.
Hey, Dad.
Timmy Ware will go under center here. Here comes the snap. 3 wide, they all run right, and it's going to be handed off to Allison, who will take it around the right side, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles with 2:15 to go, and they get into the end zone. That's going to be 22 on the board for the Eagles, pinning the extra point, 23. So they're making this one a little bit closer here. So here comes the kicker, Eduardo Martinez, on for the extra point. And while I'm here, that touchdown is brought to you by Allsoft's Ace Hardware. We are Ace Hardware and so much more. Here comes the snap. And it's going to be a fake. He's going to drop the ball. And he's going to fall on it, and that's going to be technically it's a misPA. It was a fake. It looked like it was a fake at least, because he got right up and it came into his hands. So 38-22 the score here with 2:15 to go. New Caney trailing. You're going to expect an onside kick here. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But All Spas is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, All Spas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. All Spas is Ace Hardware.
Back here live from Texan Drive Stadium. Texan Live is your home for high school football. A trio of games left on the slate for tomorrow night. Kingwood Park squares off against Galena Park. Katy Taylor takes on Westbrook. And Pearland faces Pasadena. Catch all the action on Texan Live. And let's not forget about that Houston High School football wrap-up show tomorrow, or tonight, folks. That starts at 11, goes to midnight. Join Courtney Madden, Howard Chin, Ted Johnson, and Courtney Rowland as they take you around the city with the best high school football around. The Houston High School football wrap-up show is presented by Texan Drive tonight from 11 to midnight on Fox Sports Southwest. Texan Live is also brought to you by Cerna Insurance. They're located on 9232 Will Clayton Parkway. Is that onside kick? It's going to be recovered by the Panthers. So the new Caney defense will take the field. And Cerna Insurance, as I was saying, is brought to you, or is on 9232 Will Clayton Parkway. Cerna Insurance, we shop your rate. So the King Panthers will take over on offense with 2:10 to go here in the game. And Jonathan Brantley will take the option around the right side, and he's going to get wrapped up and brought down to the backfield. And that's going to be Ademic again, that's his third sack of the game. He's had a pretty great game tonight thus far. And honestly, defensively, New Caney has not played a terrible ball game, but they've been giving up the big play. And it looks like they're going to call a face mask on New Caney there, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and now they're moving them down. And that's going to mark it at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Ball on the 35. Clock continuing to run as they're resetting the chains. Which the clock shouldn't be running, but now the referee's whistling for the clock to run, but we're already down to 1:33. You don't see anybody yelling about the clock continuing to run. They're all looking to the sidelines. Play clock is stopped at 30 seconds. Now it's moving again. Not exactly sure what's going on here because they reset the play clock to 40, and now they have 1 minute left on the clock, so they're going to kneel it out. And that one's going to be a kneel down. It's going to be 2nd down. There's some interesting clock situation going on over here. James here in the booth is also confused with me because that didn't make any sense at all, as they were still moving the chains and the clock was continuing to run. 18 seconds on the play clock. All they have to do is kneel it out one more time, and C.E. King will be walking out of here with a victory. New Caney, as I was saying, though, their defense didn't really struggle so much as giving up the big play. That's where it came, because there was only 2 drives that New Caney was really, put in their place over the course of a sustained drive from the Panthers, and the rest of them came off of the big play. So that one's going to be kneeled out. Clock at 10. New Caney will be falling to C.E. King here to fall to 1-1 in 21-5A. C.E. King will move to 2-0 in 21-5A, bringing their overall record to 3-1, and New Caney's record also going to 3-1. Now looking at the next games for each of these teams, C.E. King will be playing Porter on September 25th. And New Caney will be taking a road trip down to Barbers Hill on the 25th. So both of these teams still moving on here to the midpoint of the season. Both sitting at 3-1. New Caney definitely wanted to come out of tonight with a victory. But this was their first big test of the year. And I think they played pretty well, giving up that big play, which it bit them more than once. I think that this team has a chance to make the playoffs. I feel like New Caney, their numbers were inflated because of their early schedule, but looking at the other teams in this district, Crosby's going to be at the top of this district. And then below that, it's going to be either King, Dayton, Humble, or any of the other guys, really. This entire district's wide open. So that's where you're standing with this district. You can't think about this game. You take this one as a learning experience if you're the Eagles. And going to next week, get ready for Barbers Hill, because tonight, Barbers Hill, we pull that score update as that one came in. They fell to Dayton by a score of 48-20. So we're going to take a quick break and come right back with a little bit of a wrap-up. Your final score here from Texan Drive Stadium: CE King 38, New Caney 22. We'll be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie. During our summer clearance event, we need to move our 2015s.
And you can count on a big selection.
A team dedicated to treating you better and low prices.
Like new Sierra Cruise discounted $12,400. That's right, folks. That's over 31%. And we have hundreds to choose from. Or a new Acadia for $299 a month.
Thanks for making us one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation.
Texan Buick GMC, located Highway 59 in Will Clayton. Or shop 24/7. TexanDrive.com.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Back here live from Texan Drive Stadium, where the CE King Panthers have defeated the New Caney Eagles by a score of 38-22 in a very wild defensive game in the middle quarters and an offensive game in the opening and closing quarters. And that was a very interesting game. We started out with New Caney going 78 yards for a touchdown pass to David Harvey from Timmy Ware. And then the Panthers came down and scored in 3 plays. And from there, it just kind of bobbled back and forth, and you ended up with some very interesting special teams play. You had some really great offensive plays, some great defensive plays. This was actually a really good game, and the game was closer than that score. So, as I was stating earlier, New Caney's got a good chance to make some playoff noise in this district. They got to put this one behind them and move on to Barbers Hill, because they've got Barbers Hill, Humble, and Galena Park in their next 3 games. And CE King has Porter, Barbers Hill, and Humble. So it's going to be interesting to see how 21-5A turns out. It's incredibly competitive, and there's going to be a lot of shuffling around in that middle tier. So while I have you here, I'll give you some score updates. Crosby is currently beating Humble 33-16. Barbers Hill has fallen to Dayton 48-20, and tomorrow night, Galena Park and Kingwood Park will face off at 6 o'clock over at Turner, and you can catch that one here on Texan Live as well. So that's 21-5A for you. But with that, this district, as I said, wide open. So don't turn away from this one. That'll do it for us here from Texan Drive Stadium. I'd like to give a shout out to James Blunt for pushing the buttons and turning the knobs, and also I'd like to thank Bert Brocker for coming out here and providing me some color. Another one in the books, and once again, your final score from Texan Drive Stadium, CE King, 38, New Caney 22. For Bert Brocker and the rest of the Texan Live family, I'm J.W. Smith saying good night, and thanks for joining us, folks.